Hello, my name is Paul Palmer. I'm a professor at the Cass Business School, Associate Dean, and I'm here to talk about a one-year learning development project that we undertook with our MSc Management at Cass Business School. The MSc Management is one of the largest courses in Cass. It's 180 students, 104 different nationalities around the world studying on it. And our experience was about how we integrated our core foundation course and broke down many of the barriers that existed between students' academic experience and the student wider learning experience, and in particular I work with the careers department. The MSc course was developed by Professor Clive Holton and myself about 6 years ago in relation to a core course which many people have ascribed to be more like The Apprentice. And in The Apprentice I play inevitably the role of now Lord Sugar in this, although I'm yet to be Lord Palmer. The purpose of the course was that we developed our own virtual company, and one of the exercises is where the students go and do a debrief, where they walk around the City of London and profile a city institution. They also then have to profile a major management thinking figure or leader of the 20th century. The main impact of the project has been that we've, first of all, broken down many of the barriers that often exist between academic and professional staff. I think it would be fair to say that we often work in silos, and our key aim in this was to break down those silos and to ensure that the students' experience was going to be an integrated experience. So they didn't see the academic course on one side and then going to see the careers department as a sort of something to do afterwards. Instead, we actually brought the whole learning experience together so that students during the year were not just in the classroom, but also building on their future career prospects. One of the interesting methodologies of the project was the involvement of Hee Lee, one of our students from 3 years ago, on the MSc course, who worked as the assistant on this, research assistant. Mainly because he was involved in the project, if you like, when we first developed the course. She was the first student elected rep onto our project board. And we kept in touch, and he coming into work on the project with us meant that we were able to enjoy a continuity between the first years we set the project up and the future, and also build on his own experience, of course, in seeking a job out there in the wider world.
My name is Hee Lee. I'm an alumnus of MSc Management course at Cass. I graduated in 2007, and I've been working with other organizations on climate change, and I'm starting to working for Ernst & Young in September. For this learning development project, I worked as a researcher, and I conducted several surveys and conducted other focus groups and interviews with careers and current students and alumni and academics for the project. Involvement with career service is the main difference between 3 years ago and now, because when I was studying at Cass, the main drawback was the limited contact between the actual course and career service. And while I was doing this project and developing an engagement with career service, that actually increased the satisfaction level of students, and students were more using the career service, and they knew a lot about what they are doing and what they can help them. So it was a really great success, and that is the main point, that it was the main difference I experienced. I wasn't familiar with learning about myself, the concept of reflection and learning about myself before taking MSc Management and doing the Foundation of Management and Advanced Practice of Management before. And by doing those exercises, elevator pitch and reflective sketchbook, I got to learn more about myself, what I'm good at, what I could diagnose what my strengths is, my weaknesses, and that was really helpful for me to get a job. And that, in that sense, that was really useful for me and my career development.
Well, the first thing to recognise is that when we set the course up, and indeed the motto, we have our own virtual company. And in setting it up, one of the things we've done is involved our students in running the company. Indeed, later on in this interview, one of the initial way we involved the students was by an elected board, and they elected their own non-executive director, Lee. We've now moved on from that to a junior board, but the students actually really run this course themselves. So the important thing was student engagement, student involvement. We set a virtual company up. Our motto, by the way, now is better than the best, is our latest motto. We used to take on the jobs that McKinsey refuses. Now we're better than the best. So we're an evolving programme. First thing I would say to academic staff wishing to get involved is be creative. Don't hold back. Don't work within conventional parallel lines. Actually break out and actually do what you really want to do and think about what you really want to achieve with your course. We always had the ambition in being better than the best, that this course would evolve over time and we would incrementally build on it. And by breaking down the silos with the professional staff, we've been able to add that real value. So student engagement and be creative. That I think it's vitally important as we progress into a very different world now after the post-financial recession, with graduate employment not being taken for granted. We need to recognise the fact that actually just simply teaching the classroom is not enough for our students. We have to build the student experience all the way through so that we're producing the real business, in our case, business leaders of tomorrow, the future managers of tomorrow. But against any industry or any part of the professions that City University is involved in, then it's about making sure that our students stand the very best possible chance in actually being out there in getting both employment and also in developing themselves. And I think to actually see the academic on one side and the rest of it on the other is past thinking. Future thinking has to be an integrated student experience.